Hello and welcome to HDS Electrical. Today we are going to be doing a handrail for my parents, actually for my nephew, just to make sure the little blighter, 18 months old, a bit older now, doesn't run and fall off here. Now what is more concerning and probably very neglectful is the fact that they didn't worry about me falling off, they didn't worry about my little sister falling off, but they worry about their grandson falling off. So that's another story that we're going to involve Childline in anyway. We are going to be extending the trug, building a handrail out of 100 bits of scaffold. See some pictures. If you want more information, please hit us up in the comment section. We've got a little plan my dad's drawn. We're just going to put a series of uprights along here, quite simple, with a mix of feet. I want to dig them into the ground, they don't. Some upright rails, a lot of angle grinding, a lot of screwing. We've got some beastie coach screws and some coach bolts. And we're going to fix through this timber into the blockwork behind, make a handrail with a mid rail, top rail, and then later me or my dad, Gramps, or Grumps as we call him, is going to put some sort of mesh just to stop my little nephew falling off the edge to his doom, which you better hurry up before I push my nephew. Just kidding, Bertie.
In the most recent one then, it starts on that step and then here, and then it's got an overhang over there. So I can put another one in there anyway.
So it's fitting it. Where's your horizontal bracket? Yep, no, that's fine then. That looks makes sense to me, because I figured that would the supports here and support here and support there.
Well, I would do it. I would give yourself a little leeway, sort of 5mm leeway.
4, 8, 6. When we're using a grinder, always wear safety goggles, not sunglasses. The biggest, obviously sparks are one thing, so I've had metal shards in my eye, not from grinding, from doing other work, and dust. Actually, while wearing safety goggles, they can be a bit of a nightmare because the vents, particularly on a drill, blow dust in. You're drilling, dust is blowing in the side. And I actually find that worse. The key thing is the guard. The guard isn't there really to stop you slipping, although it's nice. The guard primarily is there because if the blade explodes, if it twists or bends, particularly if you bend it, it doesn't design to bend, particularly these thin metal blades. If it explodes, it's going to explode that way and not back at me. So the guard is key for that. So you'll notice I try and avoid looking round the guard. The guard is my protection above all else. We need, where's your drill bit one?
I'm trying to find it.
Should we do the others before we level it up? That might need leveling up that way. Huh? I'm going to level it up this way because we got a bit of movement in before we do it up.
Yeah, you could either fix it in now, or leave it for a second, and then we get all of our runs in and our cuts in and our positionings, and then we drill all of them, fix all of them.
We're going to put one every side by a hole to cheat, basically.
There or thereabouts, yeah.
But if we do thereabouts, then we do have to fix one.
So if we go, so 570.
Take me up. Don't do that one now.
No.
Yeah.
You're right, don't do it up. That's not as bad as I thought.
It might be level, but it might still be bending.
Yeah, but if I measure it in the middle.
But you're not allowing for the bend.
Push it up.
Yeah,
Right, so I would
but it
like
does
it
allow for the bend because it'll
at
bend equally.
195.
Yeah, but we won't get the height up here. Why not
195.
Something I always check with the spirit level, especially if it's not mine, is you measure it, then you turn it round and measure it again, just in case the spirit level is
195,
out.
yeah.
That way you can see if there's a difference.
I shut one eye.
I shut both.
Yeah. Sometimes when I'm leaving a job, I quite like to shut both.
Our way to check a level is right. Doesn't work so well on this one. Check it one way, then flip it round. It should be equal on both sides. If it's in the middle on both sides, it's correct. With that other one, the bottom bubble, it was good one side. When I flipped it round, it went right over to the other side. So that kind of shows it's out. There is another way. I'll teach you on another episode where we test the horizontal one on the floor, but I'll show you that another day. Do we want some nibs cut?
Nibs?
Like long enough for two
That's
bits?
exactly right, yeah.
What are we using? One of these with it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Using a smaller file than I could, because heavier duty files can leave burrs. And it's always wise when you're doing it that way to use the jaggedy edge and not the flat edge, because then you're wasting a load of effort.
So we'd have this much higher up, probably splitting the difference. It looks a bit unusual for my liking. However, we've done it this height to stop my little nephew running off the edge. Cycling off the edge, scootering off the edge, edging off the edge, climbing off the edge. The other option to make it look more natural would be to lower this down. But this will be a handrail for the parents once we tighten everything up.
I know this isn't level.
And that's why it's tilting. 'Cause this isn't at full height. When this straightens up, that might push that up.
No, you're right.
Broken clock's right twice a day.
Depends how it's broken. Only a stopped clock is right twice a day. If it's running very slow, it might be right twice a year.
I stack the barbecues because it keeps them juicier and moister. So it gives you more space as well. The sausages are going to move over, and then we're going to use the burgers to baste the sausages. It makes it juicy. The worst thing in a barbecue is to have dry food.
Ideally, I'd like to be gone by 3 if I can, so that gives me enough time to...
We want you gone as soon as humanly possible. These two?
You...
What do you want me doing?
No, I'll tell you what, I can do that.
I'll loosen this so we can get another 5mm off that. Yeah. Do we need a rough cut, or should I whack a level up here?
Well, you could, but it's not going to be so accurate. One at 84 as well, please. Yeah, 84.
You're going
I'm satisfied, it's quite strong. Remind us one time to share the sad but tragic story of how we almost made Mikey cry on his birthday.
No, you can't.
That we took a bit too far.
We did.
We were working on a site together where we first met, where our eyes met across a crowded building site. The main builder rightly had a go at everyone because there was too much mess on site and it just looked unsightly. Even if it was a building site, he was right, got to hold our hands up, we were all responsible. So he had a big go at us, fair dues. So, it was Mikey's, I think his 21st or his 18th birthday, and him and like 20 people are going down Brighton or somewhere like that. I probably should have paid more attention, to be honest.
It was Brighton.
Going down for a party, hotels booked and everything. And we called him up and we said, Mikey, I've got some bad news. This builder said we've all got to stay and tidy up the site. He's just had a massive go at all of us. Site's a mess. We've all got to come in at the weekend and tidy up. And he goes, but it's my birthday, I'm going away for my birthday. And we go, yeah, I know. He's insisted, otherwise we all lose our jobs. He's insisted, but it's my birthday. Should I try ringing him? I'm like, no, it's no good. You can't ring him. It's no good. You've got to come in. And he was going to come in as well. He planned to come in. He tried calling the builder and couldn't get through. And his voice wobbled a bit, and I think that's when we realised we had taken this joke too far. And he was willing to sacrifice his birthday for tidying up site and keeping our job. And that's probably when I decided he was right to make my business partner. Because that's real commitment right there.
All of this lot is presumably not tightened up in the middle, is it?
No, none of this is tightened.
Well, I'll do that. That'll make it. I think. I don't think we got any choice anyway.
Why don't we put a piece across here?
Well, I was cleverer than that. I said put one across there.
Yeah, exactly.
Triangulation. That's
Triangulation, yeah.
I prefer strangulation. Who's first? Hello and welcome, it's Howard again from HDS Electrical. Finished the first day, sun's been baking us. We're just going to talk you through the start of the Bertie rail, the handrail for my aging parents, but also doubles up as a trap to stop Bertie. So it's not quite finished. Quite often when you do things that aren't really your trade, and this is a bit Heath Robin-ish, making it up as we go along, following Dad's plans. One thing you find in life is me and my dad clash a lot when we work together. Sometimes it's easier just to do what he says because it's not worth the headache or the stress. So we found a few flaws, as we did when we did the trug, and we've actually redesigned aspects on the fly. And when we finish it on our next visit round, we're going to start off over here. We're going to show you what we're doing on the next day. So here's the start of our handrail. So it's got a bit of movement. That's because we haven't got diagonal piece for triangulation. So for some reason, in the infinite wisdom, rather than having a rail all the way through, they decided to leave a gap for a clothesline. And the problem with that is it doesn't have the strength. This is only on 2 uprights. One isn't specifically designed for the handrail like this one is designed for the trug. So what we could almost do with this another upright there just to stop that movement. But what's really going to fix it, which I'll show you the other side, is the diagonal piece for triangulation. Now I'm unsure whether I'm going to tie it onto there and go straight into the ground or find a clamp onto this. What I can't do is take this apart because this has 4 van loads of soil, probably 3.5 tons worth of soil, judging off ton bags, probably not that much, probably 3 tons of soil. But if I undo any of these, the weight of that is going to literally pop it apart, and there's no way I'm lifting 3 tons despite these big guns. We've either got to find a piece that clamps on the side, clamps on there, or go straight to the ground, and that'll give it rock solidness. Now, what we're going to finish along here, I did this as I've explained in another video, using some floor tiles. I'm not actually happy with the finish or the design of it at all. So we're going to take them off, we're going to give them away to someone on Facebook. So someone can actually make use of those. We're going to either put some composite decking or some composite cladding, some nice grey to kind of blend in, possibly some hardwood Brazilianite, but I don't think the brown will work myself. But we're going to do that next trip, and we're going to put a handrail up here. Then, as I said, this is a bit wobbly. I'm going to put another support on that corner piece to triangulate it and give it the real strength. Join this right the way through, probably, or we might just do that with netting. This is where my mum's clothesline goes, and she likes it because she doesn't have to move too far. It's quite easy for her to load on the patio, not going up and down steps in your 70s, which she's approaching, but not quite there, 67. It also gives space for all the sheets and stuff to blow, which kind of, when I thought about it, made sense, because you don't want your clean sheets blowing all over handrails, because you won't have clean sheets anymore. So same again, this one's a bit better because we got more uprights, but as you can see, I mean, it's going to stop a little one falling off. Acts as a handrail, but it's not secure. So we're going to put a diagonal down there, and that's just going to firm it up. Another support holding it up here nearer the top, and that's going to make this far more solid. We're also going to put a mesh to stop my nephew climbing, jumping, running, scootering off the edge. Here we get to the other side, little handrail down. Now this was going to be stopped back here, tied in here. May extend this piece and join it like that up here. It'll add a little more strength, but not as much as doing a different diagonal would do. This side's not too bad because it's got multiple fixings. This is what triangulation does. See, as you can see, that's me literally forcing it to move it. That's just one little piece from here to here, not even at an ideal angle, but you can see the difference it makes. This is why we're going to put this on those two pieces, and they're going to be solid, suitable for a handrail. Job's a good one. So thank you for listening. As always, if you've got any questions, please put them in the comment section and we'll be more than happy to answer them. Why, thank you.